I'm glad you came on time, Pumpkin Freak, because I didn't, because I was cutting up the cupcake. Excuse me. All right. Numb indeed. Oh yeah, you can totally see that stain on my shirt. Fun fact, I have no idea where that's from. It's not from today. I didn't notice it until about 5 minutes ago. It's really frustrating just to have a nice plain shirt and it really shows up in the light too. Look at that. It's way more noticeable on camera. They'll have to edit it in post. Yeah, a lot of After Effects to make my shirt look clean. Anyways, hi, hello. It is Indie Game Wednesday, and this one's a weird one because I got contacted by two separate teams, or I believe two different kind of like ad manager or whatever you want to call them, people for two different teams, saying, "Hey, do you want to play?" Well, I really like demos of our games, so not like the full games. But like, hey, do you want a key to try our game out? And I mean, I'm a complete shill, so of course I will. But weirdly, they are both like horror themed games, which is just a little odd. I feel like all of my indie games that I play on Wednesday, where I always start with the weird horror game, is all starting to come up to me. No, come up to bite me. So this first one is a quote dark fantasy story called The Remainder. It's Act 1, and if I check my interactions with this team, it takes, I believe, like an hour. So that's the remainder. And I don't think I got an actual overall play time for the second one, which is called Asylum. Apparently also maybe an hour, quote unquote. So Asylum sounds it'll be in no way problematic. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. How about we just go with content warning? How about just content warnings ahead? We can just try and go. I don't know how bad Asylum was going to be. Just full disclosure, I don't know too much about it. I tried it out. It runs, and it doesn't seem terrible. But also, Asylum, yeah, I mean, Asylum is going to be spooky in the same way that, like, well, it's like a horror mist, I think. I'm trying to pull up the store page for it, and I can't. There's not even a store page for it. So anyways, all that to say, which shall we play first? Do we get... So, one is probably going to be more like an existential dread, if I had to guess. The Remainder, it's like a visual novel. So the horror in that will probably be more descriptive, I assume. And probably prey on like that kind of stuff. And Asylum, it's a first-person mist game, but spooky. So... I don't know. Hey, come on, me. Are you here because I'm playing spooky games and you want to see me poop myself? We're just trying to decide which one to play first. Why am I getting alerts? What's going on here? And Ina will show up at some point. So yeah, we were just deciding, do we want to play first person 3D one that'll probably scare me more physically, or the existential dread one? Y'all pick, I don't care. They both take roughly the same amount of time, allegedly. Alright, no one say anything. We're gonna go with... Yeah, no one say anything. We're gonna go with the remainder to start. Which doesn't even exist as a category. So there we go. Alright. Mute that. Then, since it's a narrative-driven game, I'm gonna go with one of my center picks. Why is there no sound? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, there's a gallery. Ooh. Alright, here we go. How to play. Click anywhere on the screen to progress the story. Choices you make the long way determine your fate. If you missed something, you can read it again in the history. Once you discover a letter or a journal entry, you can find it in the gallery. Hover over the diamond to reveal a menu item, okay? The story will include descriptions of violence, death, and suicide, as well as mentions of mind-altering substances and activities. It is recommended for a mature audience. There's your content warning. So, content warnings. Actually, you know what? Not for Twitch. Haha. I'm just gonna update that a little bit here. Hold on, games. There we go. And Poker Freak, because I could never remember how to actually do the commands, which you think I would, could you make a one of these for violence, death, suicide, as well as mention that? I've put it into the description so people can at least check them. But that way, it's all in the up and up. I'm not against playing mature games. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna play, you know, like, you know, straight up down sex games or whatever, but, games with challenging content is not something I'm necessarily gonna shy away from, but, yeah. Do you want me to keep this up, Poker Freak, when we make that? Alright. Cool. Awesome. Moving on. Act 1. Waves crash in the distance. Cicadas chirp. Breeze caresses our hair. The sun warms our skin. All is well. Good, great. Okay, game done. We're fine. Everything's fine here. We're sitting on a rug laid on the grass, hands linked together. Our singing voices float up in unison. My chest vibrates. I can feel the air in our bodies move as one. The space between us hums with power. I close my eyes and smile, savoring the feeling. My dream is coming true. Just a little longer. Yep, game done. Brood times cicadas? Yeah. It's a 20-year brood. Their singing falters, and I peer at them curiously, trying to hide my annoyance. Why did you stop? Hey, Nina. They squeeze my hand with a smile and shake their head. Their skin is cold and clammy. Huh? What's gotten into you, I ask. They gesture at the sky with an outstretched hand. I look up. The sun has ducked behind a cloud. Drops of wetness fall, softly patting the ground. You don't see it, do you? I frown, still peering up. What do you mean? When I lower my gaze, they're not there. Pressing my lips together, I stand up and search around me. Where did you go? It's pouring now. The cicadas are silent. Wind rips at my clothes. I look at my hands. Thick, warm, red. A sweet scent fills my nostrils. I venture a lick. That's a brave thing. Metallic. Greasy. Whoa, okay, that's a weird descriptor for what I assume is blood. What in Laura's name is happening? Darkness falls. Soon I can barely make out the silhouette of my hands. A sense of urgency grips me. I run to the tower and throw open the door, shouting, "Where are you?" Empty halls stretch before me, echoing my question. In the far end, a figure is walking away into the dark. "Hey, wait!" Shouting, I run after them, feet pounding upon the sticky wet stones, echoing loudly. Squelch, squelch, squelch. I'd feel weird saying squelch, squelch, squelch out loud. So it's like a horror visual novel? Maybe? Seems that way. This one is definitely a visual novel. Or narrative-driven story, whatever they're going by this year. It's wordy, and it's gonna have horror elements. Also, we literally, because we have a thing, we'll cover some of this stuff, apparently. Okay. I said wait! What was their name again? Why can't I remember? I don't know. This voice is italicized. I feel like this needs a different voice. Why are you surprised? What? My, look at you. The voice chuckles. Falling short where it counts again? I ignore it and keep running. Sync the name. I'll know them when I find them. I grab the slippery doorknob and barge into the room. Nothing. Another door. Nothing. I run my hands over my hair. Not through, but over. Fingers digging into my scalp. Okay. That would be raking one's hair. What the? I recoil when I realize the sticky stuff is smeared all over. I wipe it on my clothes, but it won't come off. Well, if it's everywhere. Sync this. Okay, so sync is a thing. So, I like how this game will have violence, mentions of suicide, etc. But swearing, lower right or top right text box. That's a good idea. Let's go top left. Whoop. That's a good idea. I curse. Yeah. Okay. So sync is an analog for fuck. I curse, clench my teeth, and storm through yet another door. Look at the poor great mages, all alone in their tall stone prison. You did not suggest top, and maybe it's fine. I think it might be. We'll see when avatars start showing up. Shut up! My voice echoes back as I stand in an empty room. Hot breaths rasp in my throat. Why was I running so hard? Why am I so tired? Why was I struggling? My legs tremble, and I sink to my knees. It's alright. Everything is fine. Whatever it was just a tragedy. That's all it was. Doesn't matter now. Eyelids heavy, comforting numbness envelops me. I close my eyes and crumble to the floor. Just for a moment. Everything's fine. Oh, Lord in heaven. The sea in every direction, endless, a diamond dusting of moonlight across the surface above me. I look down into the depth, a pressure against my chest as the darkness stirs. A star, then two, then a constellation glitters into life. They approach. The darkness was not the bottomless sea, but the body of an enormous fish, its silhouette filling my entire view. A gaping mouth splits open from horizon to horizon, a deeper black within, approaching, buzzing. The progenitor hag, oh fuck, oh come on, why do Eldritch horror names have to be so goddamn unpronounceable? The progenitor hag, Sruthrul, sure, comes for me. I should be afraid. Her mouth, now all-encompassing, blots out the last remainder of feeble illumination around me. I should be afraid. Why am I not? The mouth shuts with a distant clang, a flash of lightning across the eyelid sky. That sound. That sound too. There we go. Come on, wake up. Prickling light and comforting darkness. A rumbling rises and falls in anti-music rhythm. Okay. Calm coolness gives way to crushing heat. A blanket of boulders smothers me. Hey, you alright? Do you hear me? My eyes struggle open to a face. Ugh, no. Go away. Someone grips my shoulders and squeezes. Still a bit out of it, eh? Yeah, let's switch to bottom left here, I think. Actually, no, bottom right is probably the best option. Seems furthest away from things. The metallic and greasy buzzing sound crescendos and my mouth tastes of iron. A hand is laid upon my forehead. I open my eyes again. It's easier this time. The rest of my body is still heavy as stones. I can't budge a hair. Wish I'd suggested that. You did! Listen, I'll own it. It's fine. Bottom right was probably the best option. You were right. It's cool. Feverish, but no obvious wounds. You'll be fine, I dare say. Their brow furrows deeper. Stay still and listen to me carefully. Your spell has gone very, very wrong. It's going to kill us, and I haven't got much time to fix it. After a pause, they pat my hand. As an afterthought. What are you talking about? What spell? I work my stiff tongue. Don't worry about it, just stay put, I'll deal with it. They turn and stride off. Hey, wait, what's that? The hoarseness burns my throat and I wheeze. Not spell, smell. Your smell is going to kill us. It could be both. I peer around, trying to get a hold of my surroundings. I must be dizzy still. Everything's spinning. Why are the books flying? I squeeze my eyes shut again. This isn't happening. I'll wake up soon. Sounds trickle in. Rustling, clinking. A storm raging outside. A guttural buzzing. How can I sleep like this? Annoyed, I drag myself sluggishly to my feet. An urge to gag rises. Oh, maybe there is a smell. Rubbing my throbbing temples. Nice. Tasting a foulness in my mouth. Nice. I force down the bile. Nice. What did I do last night? Partied hard, apparently. Ugh, the incandescent buzzing. I rub my eyes again to clear them and look for the source of the sound. As I catch sight of it, a cold terror creeps up my spine. A pulsing, churning thing is suspended in the air, like space is swallowing itself. Waves of moist, nice, brilliant heat spew from it. That is such a horrible descriptor. Moist, brilliant heat. Hey, this is my new band, Moist Brilliant Heat. We're kind of a dark prog rock kind of thing. The transparency, the symmetry, and the stench. The singing, hey, stenches! Good job, Eno. Breath catching in my throat. Breeze. What in Laura's name is that? Shapes huddle beneath the grotesque thing in the air. As I step around to get a better look, they resolve into figures. Midnight silent and still as bones. The white-haired person who woke me earlier stands still. Another person is curled up on the floor, their face a mask of anguish. The emblem of a high mage hangs around their neck. The image of an eel coils around their arm. Why do I know these symbols? Whitehair's hands are raised in a peculiar gesture towards the vortex looming overhead. Hey, I whimper. What are you doing? What is that thing? I look like they're frozen in place. Hello? I ask again. No movement. I bump into something and look to see a couch. Beside it, there's a table on which cups lay about like drunkards. Inkwell, quills, and crumbled papers are strewn across the table and the stones beneath. A few bottles are still dripping from their mouths. Dark red spots splatter across the floor. So you did get drunk! Oh no, did you drunken cast? Or drunken summon? Drunken summon's probably better. Never drunken summon. A crash from elsewhere in the cavernous chamber pierces the silence, jolting me. I duck behind the couch, heart pounding past. There comes a bang, sound of glass shattering, shouting. A cacophony reverberates painfully in the walls around me. I clutch my ears. Are there people fighting here? Please, let me wake up already. This isn't funny anymore. As abruptly as they came, the sounds die down. Is it over? Clamping my eyes shut, I try to block out the buzzing, praying, let this be over soon, let this be over soon, let this be... How did you get here? Oh, we've got a new person. I like how they put voices before people, so I don't know who the hell's talking. No one pays attention to the video that they show you in the magic school where the guy drinks and casts. Well, everyone thinks, well, I would never do that. Only an idiot would get drunk and start summoning Eldrich gods. Ah, it is the white-haired man. The white-haired man is back, slumped next to the couch, head lulled, a hand to their shoulder, breath shallow. Oh, cool, we're doing some timey-wimey bullshit, huh? What? I just saw you over there. I turn and see the same person. Still in the spot under the vortex, and my mouth hangs open. Why are there two of you? I turn back to ask, and see something drip from them. The glistening fluid shimmers and vanishes after it hits the floor. Think drinking and going Amazon's bad? Whew, don't get out of casting stuff. Exactly. Just like if you're gonna be a sloppy drunk and you put your phone away, if you're gonna be a sloppy drunk magus, you put your books away. This is 101 kind of stuff. Are you melting? I back away a step. I heard shouting. Is there someone else here? This is why most parties need a designated caster. This is why you're supposed to lock all your books up in the trunk and you put the key somewhere that you can't get to when you're drunk. Or you give the key to the designated caster. They try to speak, but wince instead. Eyes closed, throat bobbing, spitting out something black and then resting their head back. They flash a sly grin and whisper. Yes, but now it wishes that never Violent coughing interrupts them. More fluid drips down them and evaporates. I wrinkle my nose. I see. I mean, I don't see. What in the depth is going on here? Well, what does it look like? They say. I glance around the room and with a scowl, taking care to avoid the floating thing. Like the end of the world? Another wince. They lift a finger and point. What about that? Do you recognize that? I realize they mean the vortex and avert my eyes. No. Devarna, no. Absolutely not. Should I? I can't resist a shudder. Depth, sink, getting a certain feeling. Yeah. The bad things go down. To get sucked into the earth or whatever seems to be the bad. Hold on. Alright. The grimace. Sink me, not even that? Your handiwork? Excuse me? I scoff. You heard me. That thing's here because of you. Oh my god. The Abyss Devara. Abyss Devara? A door to the last place you'd ever want to be. Make no mistake. Their eyes widen with fear, their mouths curls in disgust. Curiosity rising, I push myself upright and study the scene again. No, I think I'd remember doing something like that. Bad things are gonna go down. Uh-huh. The unmoving figures catch my sight. You still didn't tell me why there are two of you, or what that other person is on the floor. They gesture at the prone figure. Bit slow on the uptake, aren't we? That's you, the one who caused all this. A great magus, farseer, savior of Duran Square, prodigy of the age, so on and so forth. They're looking directly at me now. Tell me you at least remember your name. Oh, come on! God damn it. dare you not allow me to do Tim the Toolman Taylor? Or, I was actually going to go Tim the Mage's Man Taylor, but the words tickle inside of my head. Mage's Vin? They say weakly. Not to slight a dire situation, but it is somewhat amusing to see you like this, no? Amused. Try skeptical. Even if I believe you that I am this Vin character, that still doesn't explain who's lying on the floor there. The stranger shakes their head and chuckles, then tilts their head limply towards an ornate mirror meandering through the air nearby. Easier if you see for yourself. I roll my eyes, step to the mirror, and pull off its velvet cover. Show me how I look. Neat. Is this me? Wait, hold on. Oh, do I get to pick? Ooh, that's neat. Hey, is this me? Can we collectively agree, like, is this me? Or should we roll the bones? It's close. So should I say no? See what else we got? I mean, it's a good look. Lots of freckles. Something I can get behind. No. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That was just me accepting the person in the mirror or not. Okay, well, misread that prompt. What I see leaves me stunned. The figure in the mirror is the spitting image of the person on the floor. I turn to look with wide eyes, then back at the mirror again. Every last detail, down to the small pieces of metal embedded in my skin, which I'm now only noticing. It's all identical. Then, just for a breath, the eel in my arm seems to wriggle, but I blink and it's still again. I feel lightheaded. This isn't right. But how? How am I in two places at once? I turn to the figure next to me. Are we dead? Is this the afterlife? And why do you know things when I don't? How is this fair? Who are you? They laugh soundlessly. Oh, this is too rich. You don't remember my name either. Oh, Christ. What would your name be? Game, you can't do this to me. Oh, Carissa? I couldn't spell that now if I wanted to. What a nice androgynous name. Oh, look at that. You can do it. Mel. Carissa. Hey, look at that. Congratulations. Let's carry that name over. Another bit coughing. Not even close. You must have hit your head quite severely. Worried, I run a hand over my scalp. There aren't any holes. I don't remember hitting it, but that's just how it would be if I did hit it, isn't it? My voice trails off. How should I say this? The eyes closed and lips parted. Their voices barely a whisper now. I'm not whispering. The name's Ilar, your partner. Don't know what you did. Found you like this. He pushed the words out with effort. I leaned closer to listen. A ritual must have gone astray and set loose the abyss, stripping away your memories. I did what I could. You'd be gone otherwise. And they're silent for a long stretch. I nudge them. You still with me? They open their eyes again, struggle to lift a hand, point towards the other side of the room, but it flops to the floor. Okay. They're getting so quiet I have to put my ear next to their mouth to hear them. Warm breath tickles me. Blood rushes in my ears. Your desk. Look in your journal. Find the spell. Circular gate. Black powder. Mantra. Only a way to save. No time. Go quick. And they slump to the floor. Holding my breath, I wait. Heartbeat like a hammer in my skull. The buzzing fills the would-be silence in between. Resonance of torment. I drive my thumb into my temple, crushing one pain with another. A futile effort. Hey, are you alive? I reach a hand to their shoulder. My hand passes through them. I pull away. I pull all. Oh, Jesus Christ! I pull away in shock and watch open mouth as Ilar's body melts into sticky, transparent strands. A few breaths later, they're no more than a shimmering puddle. Cool. Tumbling back, I land on my butt and scream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh, but there's something about the tone of this game, and then to tell me I land on my butt. That does not... That needs a rewrite. That needs an adjustment. I throw my hands over my mouth and clamp tight, hoping that I wasn't loud enough to draw attention, staring at the spot where Ilar had been. By the depth. I relax my hands and mutter once, my heart slowed down to a less painful pace. Realizing that a few glowing strands still cling to my fingers, I shake them off in a panic. My skin crawls. I tumble onto my bottom, yes. Devarno, what do I do now? Find and cast a spell? Are they mad? I don't even know what a spell is. What happened to them? Are they dead now? Devas, what do I do? I mean, I like how one of my options is just fucking bounce. I mean, I guess we'll look for the desk and journal. That's what we were told to do. Heart pumping, I spring to my feet. There's no desk nearby. Where could it be? And now that my head's clearing up, I can finally see more than a few paces in front of me. The place is a disaster. It looks like half a library's contents are caught by unseen currents churning around the vortex. Books, parchments, translucent globs, encrypted skulls swim like fish through the air. Ah, poor cryptids. Beyond the layer of mess, there are even bookshelves meandering in the periphery. I dodge under floating chairs, vases, paintings, and a veritable maze. Lamp bumps into my leg. Stretching into shimmering, transparent strings before I can react, it snaps back into place, wobbling. Feel a red-hot needle slowly being pushed against through my thigh. I cry out, dropping to my knees, but in a blink the feeling is gone, as if it never was. Noticing that my leg still works, I hurry out of the field of debris, not daring to come near anything. I catch sight of an enormous desk at the far end of the room. Seeing no more obstacles, I ease my panicked breath and walk over to it, fervently hoping that the journal will be there. What a disgrace. Save for a heavy book squarely set in the center, lined with the edges, everything else, papers, scrolls, measuring tools, writing instruments, are all scattered about carelessly. I file a mental note to put it in order when this is all finished. Observing the book, I notice the precisely spaced stitch marks along the spine, evenly placed rivets, meticulously inscribed VIN in the leather. My jittery breath steadies. My head clears somewhat. This must be the journal. If I can find the spell, I can save myself. I flip open the journal. Hello there, you're my journal then. Will you help me make sense of all this? The paper is smooth and firm under my fingers. A thick aroma enters my nose. So familiar, I close my eyes and inhale deeply. Memories trickle back. Good lord. Memories tickle the back of my head. There we go. Open the journal, it's like, what the? And then another book opens up, what the? That's a very timely reference. When I open my eyes again, the arcane symbols seem to regard me even as I look at them, like seeing an old friend. Written words, soldiers of the intellect, regiments rang on a planar battlefield, written in a decisive hand, mine. Geometric diagrams, sigils, maps of heart and spirit, beyond the words, ordered beauty. Must take days, perhaps weeks to draw each. What is time to acts of chaos defiance? No idea if my brain went there. Sure, why not? A row of strings hangs from the bottom of the book, each with an ornamental coin tied at the end. Bookmarks, perhaps. By the depth of this encyclopedia, how will I ever find one spell in this? A scratching sound comes somewhere to my left. From my left? I tense up for a moment. Is it some debris or... I wait. Another scratch. Then another. something sharp against wood. I swallow, heart pounding. Could it be whatever Ilar was dealing with? What do I do? The scratching keeps coming in 2s and 3s, from the same distance, I now realize. If they wanted to harm me, I'd be harmed already. Now, be brave and look. I carefully turn my head. There's an arched doorway nearby. Dense blackness lies in the hallway beyond it. I squint. An amber glint flashes. Another scratch. Carrying my head forward. Is that a shape ever so slowly detaches itself from the darkness of the doorway? Its fur is so black that it looks like a moving shadow. Its features are sharp, merciless. It walks tiptoed, sinewy muscles rippling under the fur, poised to lunge. I stumble back, hand fumbling behind me. Searching my desk for a weapon, my fingers grip around something and I look to see a knife. A lidless eye on the base of the blade turns its gaze to me and whispers, "Thirsty. Feed me." I yelp and toss the knife. It clacks and falls behind the desk. Well, I turn to see the dark creature inching forward unsteadily, peering around the room, sniffing the air, pausing at every little sound. It's distracted. I might have a chance. I tense up and ready myself. The creature winces and clutches its head, and I bolt for the circle of debris. Caught by surprise, it claws at my arm, misses, and tears a shred of fabric away. That sound. I hear a strained hiss, then rapid footsteps on my heels. I don't dare slow down. Something sharp catches at my robe, tears it, but without enough to catch to stop me. It's closing in. I can't outrun it. What do I do? I hear from right behind me. Stop! Did it just speak? Something large moves in the corner of my eye. Then I hear a crash. I turn to see my pursuer knocked to the ground by a bookshelf-turned projectile. Don't stop! Come to me! Ellar's voice booms. I turn to see them moving their arm in an arc, and several thick vases from the drifting flock launch towards the creature. A head-on smash. Myriad splinters fly out. I wince at the imagined pain. When the pieces have settled, I spot the dark figure some distance back, on all fours, mostly unharmed. How did it... Illar takes a few quick steps to my back, muttering something under their breath, then throws their open hand toward the enemy. It leaps back, bounding several meters at once, landing near the doorway. I wait for Illar to press the attack, but they simply step out from behind me and glare at our attacker. What are you waiting for? Finish it! It seems Eldrich doesn't hear me at all. They just stand there. I look toward the dark figure who's staring at me with pain in its eyes. It opens its mouth to say something, but all that comes out is a sound somewhere between a gurgle and a hiss. It clutches at its head again with both hands, eyes bulging, straining. Eldrich chuckles, and with the flick of a wrist, launches a cabinet. The invader grimaces at me and vanishes into the dark doorway. The cabinet smashes into chunks so loud that it hurts to hear it. The room is quiet again, save for the rain and the pounding in my chest. What happened? I thought you died. You turned into... Still panicked, I fumble for the words. Illar's triumphant stance falters and they hunch, clutching at their shoulder. Hold the tears, love. I was only nearly dead, but enough to draw out that creature. I cringe. Don't call me that. Draw out? You were using me as bait? You wound me. I thought we were being partners, and it worked, didn't it? Did you see the look on its face? I cross my arms and consider it for a breath, and sigh. Suppose. So, who or what was that creature? That might have been Lucasi. Attracted vulnerable humans. Slippery as eels they are, but we outwitted this one. Skeptical, I cross my arms. Is that so? Quite. We won't have to worry about the ebb for a while. Why don't you finish off when you had a chance? I peer around nervously, throat tight. And these Lucasi, are there more of them? Illar swallows, seemingly uneasy all of a sudden, eyes clamped shut and swaying. You alright? Say something. I reach out a hand in case they topple over. Just the one, they mutter. Oh, good, I think. Not sure what to do with my outstretched hand. I scratch my nose. Breaths return to normal. They straighten up with some effort. massaging their throat. Eldrich finally shakes their head and says, "No, this isn't delightful, or not that this isn't delightful. We should probably get to work, huh?" "Come now," they say, leading towards the back of the room. My head is bursting with questions now that the danger has passed. But when we get near the darkened doorway, my pulse quickens and I hesitate. The subtle expression changed there, but pretty good. Yeah. With just a few gestures of the hand and some words I don't recognize, Eldrich slams the door shut and blockades it with loose stones. Show off, I mutter, staring at Eldrich. Then I notice them visibly hunch and wonder how much it's costing them to do these things. A thin, silvery thread drifts close to my face. I wave it away, thinking it's spider silk. It sticks to my hand. I realize there are dozens of these threads growing out of Eldrich's shoulder. Now that I'm paying attention, their form also seems to flicker, insubstantial. Their hand is so feverish it's uncomfortable on my skin. My own hands are flickering the same way. I draw a sharp breath. What's happening? Noticing my growing unease, they face me, waving a hand nonchalantly. Don't worry. It's normal for heart vessels under these conditions, or did you forget that too? Who said I was worried? I'm just curious. What is this heart vessel, and stop reminding me that I forgot things. They shrug. Of course you are. Their body's made from water, it's energy condensed. Somewhat elementary, really, as far as magic goes. Confused, I glance towards the statue-like figures, but Eldrich seems to have read my thoughts. That's a profane vessel. You're anchored to this realm. You know, your flesh. Also quite elementary, right? I answer flatly. So that's why there's two of me. One physical and the other one is sublime. Yeah. You're catching on. They smirk, putting a thumb under my chin, eyes glitter with admiration. Exquisite. They tilt their head from side to side, examining me. Caught off guard, my cheeks warm up. I scowl. It took some time. It took some skill crafting this body from my waters, if I may be so modest. A shame it falls apart in the currents. Good thing I can remake it as fast. They click their tongue. I wish you knew what a feat it is, but alas. A real shame that I can't grasp the extent of your greatness, your modesty. I swat their hand away. A puff of hair fine strands detaches from them, drifting perilously close to my face. I flinch. They put their hands behind them, turning serious. So you understand why I would appreciate if you don't stray, or too far from your physical body. So as not to have your masterpiece fall apart? I gulp. Humor fading. They nod and start walking again, leading me on. Precisely. It'd be a waste of my waters, not to mention very unpleasant for you. Queasiness comes over me and I feel itchy all over. I brush away the strands, rubbing my arms, pressing the illusory flesh, but the itch won't go away. I don't know if this will help, but you don't remember what sunkens are, do you? They say after a few steps without turning around. No. Bottom dwellers of the seas, heartless, hollow, hungering things that just go on trying to feed for an eon, but can never really satisfy their cravings. Okay, so they're just zombies. Their voice drips with disdain. No? Are they lurking here too? I step closer to Eldrich. They shake their head. Not yet, but if you stray from your body or me for too long, then they look down, pensive. Memory, reason, even the essence of who you are may be lost, so... Promise me you'll come back right away if you experience anything strange. They pause, then add, don't make me worry. Eyes heavy and head numb, I rub my temples, muttering, stranger than all of this? Eldrich gives me a flat stare. Oh, you'll know when it happens. Will I? I ask myself. How would I know what I've already forgotten? I look at Eldrich, wondering just how much they know. Good lord, that was like 15 minutes of talking for a choice. Alright, let's just stop wasting time. How long can you keep this up? I ask hopefully. Better to err on the side of caution. I have my limits, believe it or not. They grin, but it doesn't last. Truth is, not much longer. Doesn't it? Incenses? Okay. I hate when... Okay, here's a pet peeve I have. Is in a game like this, where they're just inventing units that are just kind of allegorical for other things. It's like 12 incenses. You could just say minutes. right? You could just say minutes. I don't see the value in this particular case. Because, like, a dozen instances is absolutely pointless. He might be literal. He can only become... They, I should say. They can only become incensed 12 times. Seeing the worry come over their face, I gulp. That's less than half a day. Okay. So, incenses are like gallons of time? It's 14 stone to the day. But soon they put on a smile again, like a mask. Oh, look, just be careful and you'll be fine. No need to linger on it. Then it dawns on me. If it's dangerous to be far away, then why can we not just take the book and bring it to our real bodies? It's right there. I motion at the journal wildly. It will make the whole thing so much easier. A shrug. That is the obvious thing to do, yes. Unfortunately, one of your precautions prevents it from leaving your desk. You see, things you worked on are of a somewhat delicate nature, and you made sure nobody takes off with it. Oh, cool, our book is glued to the table. They clear their throat. Only you knew how to undo those safeguards, and since your recollection is limited at the moment, I'm afraid we must work with what we've got. I do gotta say, I love the expression work of the characters. It's like they're subtle, but they're good. Stare blankly at the floor. Of course. Why would I make things easy for myself? Another thing, the Cassie is still around, no doubt biding its time. Don't let it approach. It lies, it charms, it'll try to trick you. If you see anyone else here, anyone at all, run back to me at once. Cool, just sow that doubt. Like, this stick takes approximately 1 hour to burn. Yeah, perhaps. I clutch my head and sigh. What does it want, anyway? To eat me? Eldrich licks their lips. Yes, and can you blame it? They look me up and down. I stare at them. You're serious? I don't want to get into the details at this moment. Suffice it to say, be watchful at all times, and for death's sake, don't agree to any propositions. The Costier is powerful to begin with, and nigh impossible to get rid of if you make a deal with them. I rub the bridge of my nose. Let me get this straight. I have to remember all these things to avoid being eaten, but I can lose memories at any time? There has to be another way. I grab Eldrich's arm. What if you stay with me the entire time? What if you never let me out of your sight? Eldrich shakes their head. As much as I'd like to, I must rest. That means no heart vessel for me and very limited awareness of this place. Okay. I pace into panic, heart racing. Insight flashes. Don't you have a spell or something to help me remember? Something hard to forget? Well, that's not a bad idea. Eldrich massages the back of their neck and gingerly looks around the room. Let me see. They take a few quick steps away, pluck something from the air, and return to me. Gripping my hand and looking it all over, they fixate on a spot on my wrist and jab something into it. Ow! Wincing, I instinctively jerk away, but Eldrich's grip tightens, holding me still. Look at me and repeat this. Let the image and words burn into your heart. Sensual pleasures wane, but pain I make my anchor. Long as this pain endures, I too shall remain. Okay. The pleasures wane, but pain will allow me to remain. Okay. Ugh, I grunt, struggling. Say it. The intense look in Eldrich's eyes leaves no room for arguments. I try to steady my racing pulse, but they drive the sharp object deeper into me. It burns. I struggle more. They pull me closer and hiss into my ear. Say it. Gasping for breaths, I push the words out through gritted teeth. Abruptly, Eldrich lets go, satisfied. I stumble back, pulling my arm free. A shard of metal drops onto the floor with a clink, leaving drops of red. Still catching my breath, I shout at Eldrich, How dare you? What? You asked for... You could have warned me. Miller shrugs. I thought it'd be no trouble for a mages of your caliber. I fume. Still grinning, they move on. I'll leave you to your journal then. Remember, it's a ritual with a circular gate, some black powder, and a mantra. Can you manage that much? They smile and reach a hand toward me. I look away. Don't touch me. No fun. They pull their hand back, smile only wavering a little. Once you find the spell, bring me the instructions. I'll tell you how to proceed, and the abyss will soon cease to be a problem. Simple. Narrator's voice. None of that. I can make more objects behind them now. Their form is thinning out of by the breath. Hurry. With a mischievous grin, Eldrich gives me my wrist a squeeze. The pain of the cut flares up again. You won't forget this, right? I narrow my eyes. No, I'll make sure you don't forget it either. I knew I wasn't the only one who enjoyed it. We'll get out of this yet. That's not... As they finish speaking, their form starts to disintegrate. They manage a wink, but it seems to mask intense pain. And a moment later, they are gone. Finally alone. Alright. I give in to the weight of exhaustion, slump to the floor. I'm so tired. How can I possibly get out of this? What did I do to deserve this? Why is this happening to me? Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such existential crises as... oh god, it's happening again. And stepping into the void. Pathetic. Why me? You're pathetic. Cool. Now we're having a depressive episode. Don't you get it? No one's coming. Only you can help yourself. You'll have to do it. Just yourself. I have both my ears shut and shake my head over and over. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Echoes dance in the great chamber. The voice in my head recedes, but not without leaving a last retort. Coward. I'll show you who's a coward. Good old toxic masculinity kicking in. Pulling myself to stand by the desk leg. I'll show you, I tell myself. Remember, don't forget, don't let anyone approach. Find the spell. I repeat the words in my head over and over, trying to make them stick. Pages of the book flutter through the air, still. Weird. I'm procrastinating, aren't I? Alright, let's get to work. I look at the book, pondering what to do. Where do I even begin? Hello, journal, my old friend. Need your words and spells again. I'm going to need a miracle, please. Close my eyes and desperately hoping I pinch one of the bookmarks at random and open the page it marks. It reads. Mark of cleansing. Okay. I mean, that's not really circular. Okay. Okay. I'm not burning through all of that. Look for something else. Judging by the size of the book, it might take me a moon or two simply to read through it. Okay. Absentmindedly, I finger at the cut that's starting to itch. If I conducted a ritual recently, there might be some evidence of that. Freshly jotted notes or hastily stored ingredients, perhaps. There must be something. Alright. If that was me, where would I look? Thick coral iron locks are set into each of the into each lower drawer. A furtive tug, then a firm pull, both nesting nothing but a dull click. Okay. Undeterred, I decide to try every drawer. More of the same. Yeah, you're not beating me this easily. Keep going, thinking if I'm lucky, one might just be open. With a hiss, the bottom left drawer slides out. My eyes are set aglow, but a heap of crumbled and damp papers of every color. A tomb full of flowers. Head tilting, I scrutinize the collection with parted lips. Who are you? With a barely audible crinkle, a violet-colored paper spreads partially open, revealing rows of text. Violet? Letters, could it be? Head a buzz with curiosity, pick it up, unravel it fully, and read. Today, we lunch by the riverbank. You have until mid-afternoon to come voluntarily, or else be picked up bodily and carried downstairs by me. Consider this your last and only warning. Okay. Oh, I'm telling you this for the 100th time already. I know, but you are amazing. I mentioned how cute they were, but I never imagined you'd actually bring one home. It must cost a fortune. Where did you even have time to procure them? Our new friend is perfect. What a mixture of aloofness and grumpiness. A mirror image of you, practically. And think about naming them for their 100th birthday. I expect them to become a proper familiar right after, so we'll need something respectable. Mr. Fuzzpants, perhaps? Alarm. Okay. More and more convinced that these were written by me, I grabbed another one. You really must rest and relax for a while. The study's become your prison, and I don't wish it to become your tomb as well. I trust you didn't recruit me for that kind of undertaking. Okay. Deep rumble shakes my body. I look towards the orb. Its form is lost in the dense debris circling it. The rumble settles into a grating hum. It's still hard to even think with the noise, but if it gets no worse, I might still get through a few more of these letters, perhaps piece together my past. Uh-huh. Okay. Reaching for another letter. I'm tense all over. I'm feeling gnaws at the inside of my head. Suddenly feel like a horse has kicked me in the gut, knocking the wind right out of me. Doubling over, knees buckled, I wheeze. You forgot, didn't you? A pain pulses in my wrist. It's happening again. I have to go back. But the letters! No, I must go empty-handed. Pretty sure I've seen this episode of DS9, inside Sloane's head. Straining, I snatch a few more letters and turn to leave, but squirming in my palm alerts me. I look and see empty hands. What? I swear I look down. The papers are dropping to the floor in slow motion. Looking at my hands, I see sticky glowing strings hanging from my wrists where my hands used to be. Cool. The odor of rotten eggs fills my nostrils. A biting heat creeps up my arms. Or it looked like this before they disappeared. No, I plead, trying to gather the streaks with my stumps. But more and more of me are turning soft and melting like cheese in an oven. That's a hell of a visual to generate there. As I stare, my skin becomes increasingly translucent. I can see fluids pump through the veins with each heartbeat. Horror, fascination. I'm frozen, unable to pull my eyes away. Parts of my skin bulge and tear open, spilling ooze that drift away into unseen currents. The eel on my arm shudders, wriggles from the confines of my skin, and swims away. My mouth hangs open, but a maddening itch creeps across my body, and I let out a giggle. It itches everywhere, so itchy I can't stop giggling and shaking. My vision swims, lines and shapes meld. A sting in my wrist, Illar's pain. It sets my heart racing. Wrist? I can still feel it. I can still move. There comes a distant voice. I try to turn towards it. Streaks of color spin around me. No room, no depth, no dimension. Even when I shut my eyes, the afterimage flashes behind closed lids. I was a ghost wandering through an ethereal painscape. I imagine hearing Illar's voice. Closer? Did I shout a reply, asking them to guide me? The itch between my ears is so loud. Did they hear me? Are they replying? Is that the eel swimming alongside me? I follow what I think is Illar's voice. My feet are so numb that only rhythmic thuds tell me I'm stepping toward. My eyelids are heavy as boulders, crushing together. I count my steps, one after another. No time, no distance, just the stepping. I don't know how long I go on like this. Something firm and warm touches my shoulders. I don't know how much time passes until I struggle my eyes open. Blobs of shimmering colors swirl and congeal into an impressionist gesture of a room. Hot, bright needles withdraw from my skull, ecstatic coolness. I sigh, wincing at the agonizing relief, then finally drop the clutched tensions and slump to the floor. Tears fall, but I don't care. Illar's grip eases me down. Welcome back, they say as if I had gone on a holiday. I can only wheeze. This, I swallow. This is a nightmare. Don't make me go back there. I press my cheek to the smooth stone floor. Cold. Cold as balance. Balance is good. You said it would be easy. I almost... Death couldn't be worse than this. Palm touches my head. I twitch. Goes away, comes back. Small motions, stroking. You lingered, didn't you? A shaking starts somewhere inside me. It grows into a heaving and then a soundless laughter. It all seems so ridiculous. Me, looking for a recipe to close a portal, helping the stranger who drags me out, hurting me, telling me it'd be easy, and I can't linger? Huh. Don't ever think it, they say. My belly is sore from the convulsion, but it won't stop. My world is a blur. Maybe it's better like that. Sink it all to the bottom. Oh, this awkward padding resumes. You don't have to tell me. I know what it feels like. Another wave of vertigo smears across my head. And you'll get used to it like I did. Think of it as a lesson, if that helps. It doesn't. At least the room's spinning is slowing. Their sighs. Dreadful, isn't it? I can almost hear their smile. To find yourself in such a strange place, not remembering, not knowing, peril around every corner. It sounds like a chimerical color? Sure. Here, death is not like that. You go to the seas, but not ever as yourself. You go as a new thing, emptied of the past, like it never was. They look down with a stiff grin. Maybe it's not much worse than this. Lie on the cool stone, rolling the words on my tongue. Emptied of the past. New thing. You know what? It almost sounds nice that way. I say after a while. Huh? Miller sounds perplexed. Death. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Say we stop struggling, let the things take their course. Then what? We get to leave all this behind and end up in the seas as something new. Miller's eyes slowly widen. A fresh start. I turn on my back, close my eyes, letting my heart drift. Something simpler this time, like a pair of ghost fish. Might be something nice. Dolphin, maybe. You'd be an eel for what you did to my wrist, but I wouldn't mind. I'd let you tag along. We won't have so much trouble, just swimming around, singing, playing, waving at land dwellers. I feel Iller lying down next to me on the floor, their back of their hand touching mine. I don't flinch this time. Aside from the fact that dolphins aren't fish, that does sound somewhat less cumbersome. But why do you get to be a dolphin? I'm an eel. Surely you live such a good life. I roll my eyes internally. Oh, I don't know. Just have a feeling. Really? What kind of feeling? Hard to say. I feel alright. What does that mean? Means I must have been a decent sort. I don't imagine someone who lived a terrible life would feel alright. Memories or no. That is some funny logic. Wait, why are you asking me? Do you not know what kind of person I was? Maybe. Don't maybe me. This is important. If we're going to jump into that thing, I would really like to know what to expect. Now it's jumping in. Oh, why not? If it happens either way, I would like to sit here and stare at it more than I have to, would you? No, I suppose not. You didn't answer my question. How was I? Eller turns to look at me, and I them. Our faces inches apart, their eyes piercing, searching. Fine. You were a decent sort. I grin. Most of the time. Hey! I poke at the ribs. They harumph. That's a word that doesn't get used nearly enough. Looking confused. I burst out laughing, or stares at me with mounting perplexity, but a dimple of humor too. I can hardly believe the same person from before. Come to think of it, I can't believe I'm the same person from moments ago. Catching me staring at them, Iller's smile stiffens. They sit up and look away. I cough, sitting up too. Right. If finding this spell and sealing up the abyss business goes belly up, we have a backup plan. What do you say? Backup plan. All right. Iller stands up, pats themselves, and clears their throat. So, what'd you find in the journal? Oh, yeah. A thing I didn't read. There was a bizarre entry in the journal. I wasn't sure what I was reading, but I couldn't stop. I had to know. It was about a ritual called Expulsora. Raising an eyebrow, or asks, I'm impressed. It was a record of sorts? Yeah, that's right. I think I took part in the ritual. Nora smirks. You weren't always as straight-laced as you'd like to think. So, it's true. That explains it somewhat. I sense my tension in my head. A puzzle coalesces. But it raises another question. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what's happening at this point. There is so much talking. So much talk. I have made 3 choices, I think, so far in an hour. That always does with you. Go ahead. I wrote down things like excruciating pain, being taken out of this realm, meeting some Dvarna, and then vomiting out something that was pulsing. Stroking their chin, Naylor says, "That's not a question." I mean, I must have seen some extraordinary things, beautiful things, scary things, disgusting things, things I can't even guess at now. Are those memories all just lost now? If you're saddened by that, there's no need, my dear Vin. And why not? It happens to every human being one day. All that they've known, cherished, loved, and feared, craved, and loathed, all will be lost. No exceptions. You simply arrived before you died. A quirk in the flow, that's all. Oh, that's all? Does that not make you afraid? I don't see why it would. Because it could mean that everything you've ever done doesn't really matter? They don't. Not to the great depth. Just so much debris to feel Lucasi. How can you say that? Are you even human? Taken aback, Eldrich fixes me with a narrow gaze. I swallow, wondering if those were the best choice of words. But they recover with a shake of their head. The old Vin and I might have engaging exchanges on such a profound topic, but at present... Oh, what about me at present? My cheeks swell and I cross my arms, waiting for them to finish so I can give them a sound tongue lashing. They shrug as if I'd asked them about the weather. You're not you anymore. Sadness hits me hard, like a bucket of ice water dumped on the stove. I turn aside to rub my eyes. I don't notice Eldrich walked me until a hand is laid lightly on my shoulder. There are good reasons I don't indulge in all your questions. Their tone is not patronizing, for once. Not wanting to meet their eyes, I stare ahead and ask, what might those be? Eldrich is silent again, considering their answer, maybe. The fire may be out, but cinders still smolder in my heart. I can't resist a late retort. And what if the way out of this mess is buried in my lost memories? Did you think of that? Perhaps, but to go down that route would stake our salvation on you reverting to your old self. They take their hand away. What is with you in comparing me to the old me? Am I truly that much worse now? Is that what you're driving at? No. A hand raised to the forehead in frustration. Eldrich speaks a tone so low I struggle to hear it. You keep looking behind you, wondering what was lost, but you miss what lies ahead. And by doing so, you doom us both. Their voice drips with dismay. I can only swallow. But then they chuckle. If you want to regain something, then let it be the old man's prudence. Do what is necessary, find the spell, free us both. Can you do that? Okay. Eldrich clears their throat. You didn't encounter any mentions of the ritual we need? Nope. There are probably a few dozen spells in that book. Eldrich begins to pace back and forth, brows locked together, muttering. Those are not uncommon ritualistic components. No, we won't get through that way. Can't afford to make mistakes, Vin. You'll have to do better than this. Did you find nothing else? I don't know whether to be embarrassed, frustrated, or indignant. I was just testing the waters here, alright? Because better caution slowed them fast and washed away. I raised my chin. Turn away, rubbing their temples. And I did something else, I added, remembering. There was a letter. Huh? It was signed by an I. Was it from you? What was it about? It sounded like you were rather forcefully inviting me to lunch. Probably to save you from starvation. I roll my eyes. Really? Was I that inept? Not inept, just dangerously absorbed. It wasn't a big deal. Why are you asking? No reason. Well, maybe, I don't know. I was just happy to have found something about my past. Not like you're gushing with information in that regard. What wasn't I? Let's see. Oh. Abyss. Imminent annihilation. Never mind. Just curious. You know what? Never mind. I probably should go back and check on the journal. Eldrich gives me a tight-lipped smile. I'm sorry. What for? Getting carried away, I suppose. Curiosity got the best of me. Probably part of who I was, right? I'll try and keep it in check. Alara relaxes visibly. There will be time to be curious later, don't you worry. Do I have your word on that? Assuming we make it out of here. I start to turn towards the desk, keep my eyes on Ilar still. They nod. There will be time. It's a promise then. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I sure wish I knew how much more of this game there was. It's only supposed to take an hour. Lies. When you read it, it's slower. Once again, I find myself before the journal, apprehensive, scratching my chin. It's all so bewildering. What should I do? What did Ilar say? Round gate? Black power? Powder? Mantra? Alright, journal. There's as much as you want. Fair. I lift the cover and it almost turns over by itself. Pages rustle softly as my fingers brush against them. It's strangely soothing. Alright. Okay, just carry on. I'm just skipping all of this. Okay, there we go. The rustling stops. I look down. A 2-page spread comes into focus. A stain lurks in the groove between the pages. The left side of the spread lists a few components for a ritual. Black salt sigil. Is it sigil or sigil? I've always done with the soft G. With the diameter of 5/3 measures. The length of your body, a voice whispers. Okay. I freshly spill waters to feel the reaction. An illegible word follows. Thanks, Eno. We've been through this before, like a J? Okay. A drop, a dash, a pint? Sure not, that'd be suicidal. No, you can lose a pint of blood. Make him a note to ask Ilar, move on to the last item. A mantra for unifying the forces, to be chanted 32 times. Odd number. A drawing darkens the right side spread. I turn to examine it, but my eyes can find no focus. Oh good, we're back to this. I lean in for a closer look. My bowels turn cold, but my eyes are enticed. Closer and closer. Childlike figures, some missing heads, others missing limbs, each incomplete, maimed, interlocking in anatomically impossible ways, forming a ring. One has an arm growing from a neck, another's legs branch apart spider-like. What are you? I whisper, almost touching the page now. In episodes of Critical Role, Matt said with a hard G, and he was like, dude, I've read it and never heard it, and no one corrected me. Welcome to every word I've mispronounced growing up. So, I used to read a lot more than I do now. Now I play video games instead of read, except when I play video games where I have to read. And, like, I was a prolific reader as a kid growing up. And, I read stuff, like, way above my age bracket. Like, I read The Hobbit in, like, grade 5, I think. Just to give you kind of an idea of where I was. And I learned a lot of words that I never heard anyone say out loud. And I used to mentally pronounce mine as Hermione, because apparently I didn't know my Greek Shakespeare. Yeah, no, I think that's what I used to do. Yeah, no, like that's... I'd never seen her name before reading those books. But yeah, that happens a lot to me. Yeah, I used to say Hermione. Not me own, but I'd say like me-on. Like, almost like peon. It wasn't until, I think, the movie, when I heard them say Hermione, I was like, oh... Anywho's. Fascinating, I lean in closer. The black mass at the center looms. Its lines undulate, good word, like ripples on the sea on a moonless night. There's some movement under the surface. I haven't had to read this much for, like, narrate in so long. My voice is gonna die. What are you? I shiver in excitement, eyes itching, unable to blink. A round protrusion at the very center of the inky blackness wiggles. There's a crescent slit running from the right to the left. It opens. Whatever. Left to right, right to left. Doesn't matter. Teeth! I put an ear to it. A faint warmth streams out of it from it with a hiss. There's a rhythm, a cadence to it. Are they words? My heart pounds. I struggle to make out syllables. Not savvy. Sorry. Sorry for what? I don't understand. I can never say it before I half whispered it in insight. We were just talking about that. Hardly matters now. Whether I say the words or not eats you, you linger. You are the silence. Okay. A lump forms in my throat. The walls close in. A weight presses on my chest. Numb. I can't breathe. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Okay. Why? Why are you saying these things? I try to pull away. My body is heavy. Joints creak. Dismember how we lie. Destiny, fate, glory, immortality. All lies. Penelope versus Antelope. Yep. English is a dumb language. No. Now, okay. Heavier and heavier, squeezing the breath from me. I need to get away. There's a dull, distant pain. Ilar's pain. I'm not heartless, you know. Alright, peace out. The pain. I turn my heart to it and spark a spark of heat in the cold. My hand comes into focus. I still like saying Penelope like antelope. Penelope? Sometimes I call my kid Penelope. Because why not? My middle child's name is Penelope. He said peen. Sure. I can say all kinds of words. Who gave the... Okay. I drive the wrist into the wood, the spark inflames, the heat spreads, the sense of body returns. Fighting with every drip of strength, I slam the book shut with a resounding thud. We are mature adults. That's what gives us the leeway to laugh about these things. The whispering suddenly, or abruptly abates. I double over, gasping for air. Pat, 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 as the sweat deserts my chin. What in the great abyss? I dropped to the floor unceremoniously, head resting against the drawers. A voice. There's something about it, but I'm not sure what. Was that part of a spell? A message left by someone? I touched the chilling numbness lingering on my chest, waiting for my heart to steady. This place is getting to me again. Every step I take forward, something jumps out and bites me. I squeeze my wrist, shaking my head. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. I should go to Ilar. They might know what to do, or they might know about what I just found. I look at my hands, a little see-through, and not a moment too soon. I make my way back, keeping a wary eye on passing debris, letting a sigh of relief as an expectant Ilar finally comes into view. So how was it? They come towards me. Horrible as usual, I swallow, but I think I've found what you're looking for. A ritual that involves a circular sigil made of black salt, I think it said. Has to be large, 5'3" measures or something. Ilar's eyes light up. A ghost of a smirk rises and then falls from their lips, their voice low. Go on. It also asked for blood and a mantra. I only saw a little. The sigil... Ugh. Ilar steps forward, excitement evident in their voice. What about the sigil? Can you reproduce it? Did you procure the black salt? The sigil said things to me. What was it? I try to recall, but each attempt to think brings a wave of pressure and cold in my head. I grasp Ilar's elbow. Eyelids squeeze tight, swaying, choking. They grab me by the arms, demanding, well, what was the mantra? How many words? What language? Did you memorize it? I don't like it. It feels wrong. Well, what about the blood? What kind? How much? It feels wrong. I hear my voice reverberate. Hands balling into fists, I meet Ilar's stunned gaze and back out of their grip. The ritual, what if you're wrong about it? Echoes of melancholy and venom resound in my ears. My hand moves to stroke the cold numbness in my chest. The things it said to me, I don't understand it exactly, but it couldn't be right. It just couldn't. Ilar's jaws clenched tight, vibrating with tension. Explain. from the beginning. Alright. The list of ingredients seemed to fit, but the sigil, it spoke to me. It said, if the ingredients are right, and that's the ritual, who cares? You're not listening. If we get this wrong, then there will not be a second chance. Is that a risk you're willing to take? They scoff. Now you're the adept in magic here? I was, and it's still my journal, my spell, even if I forgot so many things. That has to count for something. Is that so? Then why don't you enlighten me with your insight? Well, I pause, trying to piece the argument together. I'm waiting, oh great mages. Shut up, I snap. Time is wasting. Look, I don't know what you want me to say. There is a voice, a feeling inside me, and it always knows whether I'm doing the right thing. When I found the ritual, it told me to get away in no uncertain terms. Oh, a voice. Now for it makes sense. For depth's sake, Vin, we're in Mage's Tower. Half the things in here have a voice. I fix them with an icy glare. This is different. I trust it, alright? It's the only thing in this world that I can trust right now. Eller paces back and forth, a hand gesturing, mouth open, but no words come out. They finally give up after a while and sigh heavily. Alright. What did you hear that was so off-putting? Can you at least share that with me? Thought she didn't care. Watching a Vegas game, and you? I don't know what Vegas is, but alright, cool. Hi, Sway. Appreciate it. Illar's lips pinch up momentarily, with her making great effort not to say something. Then they very deliberately, slowly say, Please, we don't have time to waste. Tell me, I'm listening. I eyed them for a while, letting them stew in their misery a little longer. Okay, there we go. Vegas is a city in Nevada. That's true, I've been there. Satisfied, I answer, it was just despair, hopelessness, heartlessness, despair. I could barely breathe. Why would I be anywhere near a spell like that, much less cast it? I would sooner kill myself. Illar perks up at the sound of words. First, please don't do that. Secondly, we're trying to find the spell that invited the Abyssal Gate, correct? Yeah. So it follows that the spell would be shared characteristics with the Abyss itself, and the Abyss is... The gaze drops as they speak, seeming to lose its luster. A cursed place. The poor sods end up there. Well, they don't ever perish. Every day they forget a piece of them, and that had joy or warmth or hope, but the things that haunt them, the mistakes, the pain, the regret, the despair, they never fade. Until one day, that's all they know, all they are. Illar's head lulls, eyes shrouded in shadow, lost to me for a while. We stand in silence. Hopeless, heartless despair. Finally, they shuffle over to the couch and drop into it, let a long sigh and a dry chuckle. Do you get it now? What we're enduring here is not even a fraction of what we'll have to suffer if we fail to shut out the blasted gate. I wish you didn't have to go through more of this, but it's only a little longer. Put it that way, I'll try one more time. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I'm saving here, I'm done for now. This has gone on forever. I'm done. My voice needs a rest. That was too much. I have no idea how much longer I have of that to get through. But lordy. That was a lot. That was just a lot of talking. A lot of talking and not a lot of happening. It seems atmospheric, has neat ideas, but not so great for streaming. I think I would agree with that. I mean, I think someone could definitely make a meal of it. If like they're just like, I'm gonna play this game on stream, and we're just gonna take our time with it. I could see that being okay. But I did want to try the other game tonight, so I can't just keep pushing. I've already pushed out further than I expected because the advertised person told me it takes about an hour to get through, and we've definitely been in an hour and a half so far. And quite frankly, I'm not seeing a culmination showing up. Like, I don't know where it's going to draw the end of the act. So I gotta pull the plug on that right now. It seems interesting. I'm not really into Eldrich God stuff. That's a personal thing. I don't find I don't want to use the word joy. It just doesn't do it for me. And this seems like we're going to be playing in the land of Eldritch gods or Eldritch adjacent gods stuff, and it just doesn't do it for me. So now we're going to swap to a different game. Just find the right spell and solve the problem. No, we found the right spell. It doesn't spark cosmic horror joy. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm full disclosure, I'm not gonna say it's a bad game. It's relatively well written. I actually really dig the art style and the ambience and stuff like that. But oh boy, it just, how do I want to put it? It goes on. Someone had a lot of fun writing that, and it was at times perhaps a little self-indulgent, and probably could be tightened a little. So want to write a book but realize that getting published was hard. Yeah, and like for some people that's totally fine. I'm not trying to like poop on it for wanting to be verbose or, you know, really write it out for me. That's fine. But like that was a lot. So I guess my big feedback to the developers of the game, if they happen to watch this, which I think they might, you've got a good game there. But I have a feeling perhaps you might want to go back. That was all Act 1. Yeah. So there's more to it. Someone might want to go back over the script and, honest to God, just tighten it up a little. Because that was just a lot. And I struggled with motivation there a little bit. You're kind of thrown in media res, which is always a tough... Exactly, a game with long rain day, with a dim room with candles and 12 instances. Yeah, like I said, it's definitely a game for some people. I'm not saying it's bad, but yeah, like I think the script could be tightened up, and you're fighting an uphill battle when you start a game in media res. That is it, like that. You're choosing hard mode, especially with a game that's atmospheric like that. Because I'm like, I have no idea what's going on, which is the point. But it's frustrating as me, as the player, just be like, I have no idea what's going on here. I just have to read for an hour and make 3 choices. That's not a lot of choices for an hour of reading. Anywhoots, we're going to switch over. Let's see if this one can be Asylum. Yep. Hey, this one's on here. This one probably has similar content warnings, so I don't know. Okay, where are we going here? This one, oh, center left. Oh god, I have to do more reading. There I was after all those years at the threshold of a nightmarish place. Something, it didn't let me... Oh, I can go around the side of the building. I've been toying with the idea for a while, but only, that day I'd woken up with a peculiar urge to return to Hanwell. Okay. Ooh, trees. Of course, I had a strong reason to return, but the circumstances were oddly dreamlike, as though I wasn't in control of my own actions. Har. A gloomy forest bordered the grounds of the Institute. There was a sort of unnatural calm surrounding the area. It wasn't helping boost my confidence at all. I'm going to see if I can speed up the text speed. Fast. Speech. Light sensitivity. Visual acuity. I don't know what that is supposed to mean. Is that... Fuck. Okay. Dear game developers, this is your settings menu. Don't be cute. I don't know what any of these mean. Is it text size? Skeuomorphic. No, it's fucking bad is what it is. Sorry, no. This is your settings. I'm a video game playing person. This is a video game. This is your settings for the video game. Just come on. Don't be curious your accessibility menu. Yeah, light sensitivity. Okay, so that's contrast. Okay. And then you have auditory perception, but those are just your music sliders because you couldn't think of a fun way to write those. Vertical disorientation? What the fuck? Like, I don't know what this means. Fuck. That's frustrating as hell. Okay. What's over here? Things that are less detail or bigger text for low vision players cool, but maybe label them more explicitly. Yes. Yes. Text speed options just crossed out. Oh, was there one? There's left-handed. There's speed of reflexes. Maybe this one is like game difficulty. I do like how they have abnormal floaters and visual snow syndrome. Fun fact, I have both of those things. Requires subtitles. Oh, okay. Let's remember, this is a demo, beta. So stuff's not going to be finished in it. That's fine. But seriously, my big feedback, don't be cute with your settings menu. Strange rock formation. Beautiful, but yet somehow disquieting. The Institute was every bit as loathsome as I remembered. Alright. What's down here? Even though I was still outside, I could already feel the oppressive nature of the building. I wonder how old those trees were. The entire place felt ancient, somehow stuck in time. Those are subtitles. No, those are subtitles for me, like doing this. I think. Why was I doing this? I needed to know what would happen to me. I'd rather face the direful truth. That's not a word, is it? Is direful a word? I don't know that it is. English mofo. No one speaks it. Okay. Okay. Hello, car. Okay. Cool. So that notepad I definitely had when I hit escape, I didn't have. As I grabbed the notepad, I was struck by a sense of confidence. I don't know what that just said. Oh, I can fuck with the radio. Ooh. Alright. You'd be safer inside? Okay. Right-click to open journal. Oh, hey! That's the book sound from Morrowind, isn't it? Enter the Institute. Okay. Oh, it totally is. That's fun. I somehow doubt that? No. That's absolutely the Morrowind book sound. Oh, hi. No, that he'd be safer inside. Oh, yeah. I think that's... Ooh, that's choppy. Welcome to the Hamill Mental Institute. What can I do for you? Hey, your place looks real bad, actually. As you can see, that's no longer the case. My name is Julia, and I'm the receptionist for the Institute. Why are you here? I have so many questions, Julia. Why does this place look like the Upside Down from Silent Hill? Is your receptionist here? Yep, this is my first night. I do a bit of everything. Right now the institute is operating with minimal staff until renovations are complete. This is an uncomfortable situation. I was hoping to explore the building. Oh? But you thought it was abandoned. Yeah, dog. That's why I suppose nobody would mind. Well, we certainly do mind. The institute was never abandoned, just closed to the public until recently. It's still abandoned, or not. It's not like just anyone can walk inside. You do realize that, right? This caught me completely by surprise. I'm not sure what to say. Try explaining yourself. Why'd you want to see the building? I love how this is a tutorial conversation. The last thing I expected was to find people here tonight. I assumed the institute had shut down definitely. Not indefinitely. It's true that they ceased to operate for a few years, but we're in the process of reopening. The structure's still unstable, or still usable, and the overcrowding of hospitals in the region has compelled authorities to reconsider this place. Oh, that's good. The situation's hard for me to explain. This isn't my first time here. Oh, I'm new myself. My first night here, so you used to work for the Institute? No. I'm not sure what I can help you with then. Why are you here? It's a good question. You're not inspiring much confidence. It won't be necessary, I promise. I'll explain myself. Just give me a minute. Sorry for being touchy, but I have doubts about a complete stranger visiting a mental hospital at night. It wouldn't be responsible to let you in. You know, you're not wrong, actually. Let me get straight. The entire institute's being reopened? Yep. Patients from smaller hospitals in the region are being relocated here, and heavier renovations will start tomorrow. It's rather empty, though. Tonight it's just me, security, Dr. Miller, and a few patients in the building. Still, it's good to see it breathing new life. The reason why I am acquainted with this place. Go on. Alright, here goes. I was once admitted as a patient to this hospital. Something, quite frankly, that you should have figured out when you said we knew this place but weren't working here. Alright, just a short stay, I'm not crazy. Uh-huh. You don't sound like a lunatic to me, I'll give you that. You know what lunatics sound like? Oh my god, I have to click through all these again. You mentioned patients are being relocated. Mm-hmm. There are hardly any people here tonight. However, I have a fleet of workers arriving first thing tomorrow morning. I understand the plan is to have the institute operating at full capacity in 10 days. Lady? That's ambitious given the state of the building. Yeah. Yeah. It looks worse than it really is. Okay. Don't you find it a little strange that they're reopening the institute after all this time? There's nothing odd about this. Authorities deemed the building usable. Other places didn't fare as well and have been demolished. So there should be more staff arriving soon? Yeah, both staff and more patients are scheduled to arrive tomorrow morning. Okay, so that one just goes around. Okay. So this is a subject I like to talk about. It was a traumatic period in my life, and it hurts to even think about. I had they call it an acute stress reaction, which led to a more problematic episode. I committed myself voluntarily. Okay. This is, isn't this counterproductive being here? On the contrary, you could say I need to make amends, face my past. Okay. There's, patients too? Yeah, although we're operating with a greatly reduced staff, the building is far from ready, as you can see, so mostly low-risk patients have been admitted. In this state? I don't understand. You can use some cleaning, I won't deny that, and I'm freezing to death without those radiators working. But you can rest assured, it can hold a few patients. Okay. I'll get back to explaining what I must do here. I just need to find the right words. Okay. Okay, tell me about Dr. Miller. He's the current director of the Institute, and he's overseeing the entire reopening process. I thought Hanwell was the director. That was a long time ago. Okay. Truth is, I'm having these peculiar nightmares. At least something happened to me here that won't let me be at peace. Something? I feel you've been intentionally vague since you've entered in here. Okay. Honestly, I remember little from the time of my life, but I was fine for a long time, many years even. Then suddenly my dreams pulled me back. I've been thinking about this institute for the past several weeks, and today I realized I needed to come here one more time. Okay. Okay, now can I talk about it? If I could just get a feel of this place again, I'm sure I could leave my past behind. Recognize it will help me understand what happened to me. And then hopefully your nightmares will go away? Yup. Okay, I trust you. That's... Alright. Okay, that's on a loop. Where's all the workers? They show up tomorrow. She just said. She just said! The Institute can possibly work without me giving warm welcomes to strangers in the night. Something tells me I'm annoying you. Okay. Trust me now. The story is strange, but I'm intrigued. I feel for your situation, although I'm a bit concerned that you're next patient. Offense taken. Alright. I give you points for being honest. I was under the impression nobody cared about this place anymore, which is why I thought it wouldn't hurt to have a quick look around. Could have gotten hurt though, it's not particularly safe. For instance, right now, no one's allowed on the 3rd floor, which is crumbling to splinters. Okay, so we have to go to the 3rd floor. That's also strange. I'm not sure what to believe. Okay. Can I still talk about this? Been scared with my story about nightmares. No. Anything else? Yeah, I've already done that one. Can I go in now, please? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Are you sure this isn't going to make you feel very bad in the future? Why would it do that? Take full responsibility for your own safety. Sure. You must leave before dawn. Workers are arriving early and they'll want to turn this place upside down. So you're clear of the upper floors. The doors are locked anyway. Do we have an agreement? Narrator's voice. Oh, Julia. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. Like... Fucking look at this place. Oh, it's not so bad. We'll have it renovated in 10 days. Who the fuck do you have coming in here to renovate? Okay. Okay. Creepy clock. More art. Cool. Ooh, look at the garbage. Meters weren't working. Yeah. Uh-huh. Gross. Uh-huh. Alright. Okay, that's all like a waiting room. Okay, did that already. What's over here? Those are jarring noises. Okay. Some tables. It's a button. It's some glasses. Yeah, we're just gonna take those. Oh, good. It's one of these games, huh? Whoa. All right. All right. Alarm button. Wow, that's some loading times. What's this? Fire extinguishers. Okay. Oh, yes, the bathroom. Cool. A little spider. Think those are spiders? Okay. Out of service. Uh-huh. Okay. Your old trash can. Light switch? Yeah, of course they didn't work. Looks like a top-notch mental hospital. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, so that's just outside? Okay. Patients have been questioned here. All right. What does that say? Below it what? Below it comes? Okay. Why did you come? That's probably fine. Oh no, books! So many books. Okay. We'll need this for some kind of a puzzle, right? Doctor in the Soul. Alright, so there's all kinds of chapters and stuff on here. Alright. Uses and abuses of psychology. Cool. For decades, the Hennell Institute housed patients of many ages with diverse degrees of mental illness. Feeble-minded men and women who were not fit for society were admitted with excellent conditions in nursing. With a clean environment, magnificent facilities, and effective personnel, the Institute strived to attend all their needs. A 4-story building was constructed on top of a cliff, amidst a leafy and calm forest, with the goal to house over 300 patients. This particular location ensured maximum safety. Access was severely restricted, and any patient attempting to leave would have to ascend a rocky and winding path down to the base of the high mountain, thwarting any attempts to escape the facilities. Okay. So not a prison. Everyday patients can spend their time in the vast courtyard, library, or games room, and take part in other leisure activities. The most apt ones were periodically selected to help in daily duties, such as laundry, cooking, administrative tasks, and such. Not a prison. Groups were assembled and assigned to a therapist according to their capabilities and their members. Engaging then in diverse approaches to therapy, which included standard rehabilitation, hydrotherapy, group therapy, and for more difficult cases, other stricter methods. Okay. Please be more mindful of the vinyl records. The covers are scattered all over the section and they're being ruined. Some important items are collected in your record book. Okay. Covers are scattered all over the section and they're being ruined. We can't let patients play with them, although I've seen members of staff being careless as well. The shame and a disgrace to the work we all do here to keep this place running smoothly. Alice. Okay. Prelude for guitar number 16. Tacon D minor variations. Okay. Ashtray? That's an ashtray. So shiny. Okay. I'm really waiting for the shoe to drop in this game. This is basically Gone Home, but it is going to be bad. Instead of being not scary, but oh, you thought it was going to be scary. I full fucking know that this this game is indeed going to be scary. Ah, the archives. Alright. Safe. The safe, up. Okay, let's just click through there again, please. That's so many things. Oh, well, I guess I missed everything important about the safe. Crazy Man, Carrie Cutler, Charles Van Razor, Derek Paul Petrick, Dominic Rockham, Hans Geiger. I like Crazy Man. Yeah, those are names. What's in the box? Ooh, record. Okay. So I need a record. What? Okay. Behold my dirty, dirty hand! Look at that thing! It's like I've been throwing coal around. Okay, so I don't have items? I guess I need to find a different record. Speaker wiring diagram. Oh, Lord. Okay. Okay. Boy, that's a lot of things to find. Ah, good. Just a knife. Oh, sorry, a letter opener. Okay, it's a sharp letter opener. It's a knife. It's a knife. Okay. Oh, the speaker system. Okay. Boy, this is sure is a lot. Oh, hey, there's lights in here. Oh, this room doesn't look like complete trash. Okay. It's over here. What do we got? Wait, hold on. Can I not do anything here? Okay. 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 I need to find some kind of combination. Cool. Great. Rebecca's library is respectable and well conserved, all things considered. Okay. Oop, I found a book. Oh, Christ. Okay. I just saw the word loony. Loony is not a word you want to see in anybody who works in a mental institution's journal. Sorry, I'm just scanning this. My throat hurts. Okay, so Ellis is brutish. Okay. Rebecca is by far the most intriguing subject. She's been a schizophrenic since a young age, presenting a rambling and erratic personality. Okay. Last year she was sexually assaulted by 2 thugs, left heavily beaten and bruised in a damp alley. It's a miracle she's still alive. She became pregnant after the attack, which sent her psyche into an even darker downward spiral. Her mind is a nadir now. She thinks she's carrying the spawn of the devil. Oh, cool. Awesome. Nothing else here. Nope. Already did that. Alright. Back out this way. Anything cool over there? Yeah. Oh. Your coat. Okay, cool. More art. That dude's got some eyes on him. This door is locked. How do I... Okay. Cannot use ladder opener to pick lock. Alright. Okay, so this is that reception room. Alright, what do we got on the table? Just stuff. Hey, is that eyeball from the Blair Witch Project? Psychology of Love. Okay. What do we got here? Bunch of dudes hanging out in the infirmary. Just opened. Oh, Lord. Reasons for admission. Oh, I know this list. Brain fever. Carbonic acid gas. That's fun. Decoyed into the army? Hold on. Female disease. There it is. Hold on. Hold on. What was it this one? No? Are you deformed or crippled? Yikes. Anything else cool in here? Doesn't look like it. Okay, moving on. I'm waiting for the scary to happen. I don't like that I'm waiting for it as long as I am. Alright, so these windows look out to the ocean. Well, this is uncomfortably dark. There we go. Solved that puzzle. Aha! Stab. Stab, stab, stab. Okay. Self-psych disorders. Okay. Is that it? Okay. That was a little anticlimactic. Ah! Another record. How do I keep the record? I want the record. I need this, don't I? Oh, it's not in there. It's just the cover. The covers are still good. Okay. Oh, here we go. A manifest. Okay. So this is like what they got to do. Okay. It would be interesting to explore if I could do anything. Okay, so I think that's all of this area done. Right? Yeah. Moving on. It was this way. Ooh, that was a weird low transition. Oh god, it's so big. Okay. Why? Why make me walk down all these halls? Alright. Okay. Cool. So glad I walked all the way down here. Oh, you can click fast. You just want to, like, skip some stuff. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Latch from the other side, you motherfuckers. Hold on, there's a light switch there. Can I actually use the light switch? Nope. Okay. Well, that was a whole section that I didn't need to explore. Okay. Yet another painting. I don't even understand how that works. Sir, your body contorts in a very weird way. I'm sorry, are you crushing the skull of a panther? Or a leopard or whatever? What is happening in that photo? That painting. Alright, upstairs. Jesus, that's a view. Oh my god. This game's got the Resident Evil thing of all the locked doors. Okay, what the fuck? No? Upper floors are off limits. You said the third floor. Okay. Bruno? Security guy. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so... Huh. So we can't get past either of those doors. Okay. And here's all the upper back area, which we can't get to because it's in the courtyard. Then you get the lady rooms over there, right? So the only puzzle we could sort of solve was this one? Oh, that's archives. Was that one dude's office with the filing cabinet. Is that this room? No. Good evening, Taser. This was right. That one. Okay. Where was that? This way? I guess it must have been this way. There we go. So, like, there's basically this one. Yeah, you need the combination. There's no numbers in there. There's the number 300 in there. That doesn't seem likely. The clock stopped at, what? 4:15? Oh, hold on. I can check these ones too. Oh, here we go. The recovery rate of the institute used to be high thanks to advanced treatments. Da 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 da. In patients with extreme mental disorders showed positive progress under her attention. Okay. Huh. All right. But she wasn't so cool. Got it. Nothing there. And nothing there. Okay. Game, don't you throw shit at me. I'm trying to find your stupid combination. I'm very bad at these kinds of games, so I'm just waiting for this one to get spooky. We haven't even hit the spooky part. We're just hitting the inept part first. Okay. We've already looked at that. Ah, here we go. Cassette player. Alright, so somewhere... What's this? What's this? Those are just cuts on an arm. Cool. Cool thing to find in here. Okay. So we know there's a tape to be played. If anyone in chat wants to give me any kind of ideas. Kingsport University. Doesn't seem to be anything I can click on here. Just a fun little thing to look at. Can't go over there at all, seems. Mm. Can you get in his office? Yeah, this is the waiting room. Okay, right. The lack of music is actually really off-putting to me. There's no ambience. We're back in the janitor's room. Clean using cloth, empty trash. Okay. I mean, there's 8 and 3, 6 there, so maybe. There's psych disorders. Psych disorders. Okay, is that the hint? We have to look at some books? Nope, not that one. This one, right? Shit. Where's the library? Yeah, this one. Self and others? Oh, hold on. 289 maybe? Okay, to come to that conclusion, that book said self and then had psychiatric disorders as a line item with the page 289. Hey! Yeah, we did it. Crack it open. There it is. I wonder if the music was like, oh hell, he's almost there. Or if it was just like, it's been 10 minutes since we did any kind of audio. We should probably do that. How do I pick my... Hold on. Oh, I can mouse wheel. Alright, let her rip. Foul language while reprimanding a clumsy nurse who forgot to lock the gate to the female wing. Truly offensive, dirty words. I don't recall ever doing that before. Okay. I've evidently been under stress lately. My worst fear is becoming another Ellis, so I must remain level-headed and focused. It's this place. Uh-huh. There's a generalized feeling of discomfort in the Institute, and those unsettling rumors don't help. But the main reason for my jumpy attitude has to be the baffling regression of my Group E. It's disconcerting and worrying. I'm giving Ellis too many reasons to apply shock treatment to these patients and take us all decades back in time. Ellis Hawthorne, the backwards time traveler. That fucking bastard. Oh, there you go. Did it again. Of all of the regressions, Rebecca is the most puzzling one. She's been having nightmares about her abusers again, months after seemingly forgetting the incident. Her newfound sociability has given her a violent, mean nature. Okay. I fear she'll hurt herself. Yesterday, Alice found herself dangerously scratching her stomach, so much that she left fresh wounds. Rebecca should be giving birth in July. That's 3 weeks from now. Certainly that could be the cause of a regression, if it wasn't for the rest of the patients in Group E, who are all exhibiting similar, sudden, violent behavior. There's something else going on here. I can feel it. Okay. So I guess that was her tum-tum. Alright. So now we've got... Oh yeah, so we can talk to the front desk person, get more information. Still waiting for the bad things to kick in. Oh! Time has passed. Our adorable high-risk inmate escaped again. No idea how he does that. Please call someone. I need assistance immediately. I'm outside the cafeteria. This is fine. Hello? Ooh. Several scribbled notes were scattered on the desk. There was nothing remarkable. Oh, God. The phone doesn't work? Okay. Typewriter. Oh, register of visitors. That's a lot of names. I assume these are probably Kickstarter names. Alright. Why would you have high-risk patients in this building? This feels jump scare-ish. There we go. Oh, hi. What the f... Why are you looming? Jesus Christ, Bruno. Does this look like a shopping mall? I spoke with Julia and she gave me permission. You don't need to worry about me. It's unbelievable. Am I the only one taking my job seriously? Look, it doesn't matter. I have enough on my plate with this inmate on the loose. Just be on your way. Inmate on the loose? Yeah, I managed to lock him inside the cafeteria. See for yourself. Okay. I'll just go look in this mirror, in this window. This'll be fine. Cool. Alright. Cool talk. See what you mean? That guy seems dangerous. He's a flaming demon. He's tearing down the whole place at this rate. There won't be a cafeteria by morning. Okay. Alright, cool. Alright, Bruno, let's talk about everything. I'd like to tell you why I'm here. I don't care. Fair enough. Cool on you, Bruno. Talk to God person pursues knowledge, answers, meaning. Alright. I don't want to talk about that. Okay. Does group E ring a bell? Sounds like a therapy group, right? Okay. I have quite the issue with this radio mate. It's the second time of the week he's escaped. Cool. Enjoying the demo, Bruno? What? No, now leave me alone. Oh, is this the end of the demo? You know, Dr. Miller? I've seen him around, but he's a reserve fellow. Okay. So we're on the second floor. Alright. I'm a computer game character. Not quite. Okay. Alright. I think perhaps we're hitting the end of the game here. Or the end of the demo. Okay, cool talk, Bruno. I have a favor to ask you. Okay. Can you go fetch me my baton? Got it in my office, down in the basement. Okay. Yeah, let's just go to the basement. Going to the basement in the spooky game is always fine. You always want to go to the basement. Yeah, that's what we got. Oof, you look rough. That looks to be like Rebecca right there as a pregnant woman. So that's probably group E right there. Renowned hospital for the insane shuts down. Okay. Oh, keep looking. There might be more stuff. Inmates being tortured. Authorities are still at a loss following the wild accusations at Headwell Mental Institute. Many staff members, including doctors, nurses, and Okay, this is not how newspapers do things. They wouldn't rap like that. Including doctors, nurses, and guards have jointly issued a public statement where they insist the patients have been physically abused and maltreated. Yeah, can you give me some of those? The cask of Amontillado, I can never pronounce it. Amontillado does not get enough references in modern literature. Okay. Cool. Can't see Bruno's not gonna fucking do it. Another Amontillado? Thank you. Oh yeah, I guess it's like Spanish. So yeah, the double L would be, or I guess Italian, which can land to be the same. Also, no record in there. Okay, cool. This is fine. This is all fine. They don't seem like they're doing too good. That's a good noise. Just that throbbing noise. Oh, good, a teddy bear. Hello, teddy bear. Alright. Yeah, that's probably a good impulse. Aw, man. Oh, hi, bud. And we hit the point where Corey doesn't want to play the game anymore. Hey, buddy. You alright? Alright. We're just gonna let that ride, huh? I really don't like the fact that dude's just running around in here. Okay. Ooh, this is quite the animation. Oh. Okay. And that's the demo, I guess. The end. Alright then. Huh. Not a lot going on in that demo. I solved a puzzle, and it took me most of an hour to do it because I had no direction. I was just kind of wandering around. Didn't like that dude running into the bathroom and then just crying in the corner. That was uncomfortable. But then nothing happened with it, so I don't know what's up with that. Part of me wants to go back to the other game just to like see if I can beat it, but the other part of me's not. The other part of me's gonna go to bed. Okay, huh. What can I say about Asylum? It has an interesting visual to it that's... It's reminiscent of what my brain remembers something like Silent Hill being like. It's a higher refrain. Oh, did we get a frames? We did get a frames. Yeah. Thanks for noticing that, fucking freak. It's got a very distinct look going on with it. Like the character designs and all that are like, it feels very deliberate. And I get that it is very much like I don't know. It's a Myst style game, right? Like it's a first-person point-and-click kind of puzzle solver kind of thing, but with horror elements to it. We didn't get to really experience much vis-a-vis the horror part of it, but I have a feeling like I could see where it's going with that, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's the kind of game I'd want to play, because I get the inclining that there's going to be some like timed events. Given the menu had the one thing about reaction time, leads me to believe that there's going to become events in that game where I'm going to have to, you know, be able to rotate through my items and perform an action before bad things happen to me. And yeah, that shit don't fly with me. I am not good with that. I will absolutely crack under that pressure. In addition, I'm exactly the kind of person you don't want playing a game like this unless you're trying to get reaction vids. Because I get spooked so easily when something is atmospheric like that. Like, I'm if you remember those videos from back in the day of watching a person, like, you'd say like, hey, come play this game, and then you'd play it for a little bit, and then like a scary face would pop up and they'd freak out. That's me. I'm that person with basically any horror game that is in any ways realistic. Like, I can play all those like weird looking PS1 era games because I can kind of I'm so far removed from it, I don't get absorbed by it. But like this game, good enough. I was feeling uncomfortable like halfway through. Like 30 minutes in already, I was like, oh no, when's it gonna happen? You know? It's like, it's interesting. I hope that the final version of the game has more direction instead of just kind of wandering aimlessly. Because it gave me a lot of things to explore there when, in fact, all I needed to do was get the paper opener. Like, I don't know. That was a pretty convoluted kind of puzzle. Oh no. One of the streamers I watched that loses her mind at basically anything today was like, maybe I should try Resident Evil 8, and her chat laughed. Yeah, but I mean, like, there's a market for that, right? There's people who will play games like that knowing that they are bad at it, or that, you know, they will react that way because that will generate content that will get people to watch, right? Like, you suffer for the art, I guess, if you will. I don't generally like doing that. I will suffer in different ways. I will endure bad mechanics and stuff to like get through a game, but yeah, jump scare stuff, like spooky stuff, is super not my jam, because I get real into it, and I just don't like how that makes me feel at the end, right? Like, it might be fun for people to watch me have my heart rate be a consistent 120, but it doesn't feel good to me to be in that state. I love watching other people play like scary games. Like, I would love to watch someone do a playthrough of like RE7 and RE8. I could totally do that, but you couldn't. No, I shouldn't say that. You could pay me enough to play those games, but it would be an exorbitant amount. The number would be high enough that no one would actually do it. Because it would be that much stress on me. So, yeah. That sounds like a challenge. Okay. Find a lot of money, and then see what you can do. You want me to play like RE8? You come up with a shit ton of money, and I will play RE8. There you go. But yeah, I will say thank you to the Asylum developers and the remainder. That's a metric shit ton. Well, yeah, I'm Canadian. I'm not moving. I'm not moving first in this bargain. Okay. What, do you want a number? It's 6 digits at least. Like I'll at least say that. I have to give a number. You know, let's say, like, you know, for a flat $100,000, I will play Resident Evil 7. How about that? There you go. You do it for less. I hate all horror games who would do it for 500. Cool, you do it for 500. I'm not doing it for 5. Especially games like RE7, RE8. Any games that have jump scare horror in it are just right out for me. Like, that's where you get an extortionate number. I'll play games that have, like, an existential dread or difficult topics that are, like, horror in that regard. Like, oh, what's the one that just came out? Oh my god. Daryl Talks Games just did a thing about it. Like, just did a video on it. Hold on. I can find it. To give an example. Where are you, Daryl? Where are you, Daryl? Daryl Talks Games. Videos. Omori, as an example. Omori doesn't have jump scare stuff. It is a scary game, but it is not jump scare stuff. It is dread. I can play a dread game. That's different. But a game like Resident Evil 7 and, well, hell, any Resident Evil, really. Those? Yeah. The amount of money you'd have to pay me to play those games would be not... You wouldn't be able to generate that kind of Kickstarter funding to get me to play it. Let's put it that way. It's literally actually one of the questions I asked both these developers, like, hey, is there, like, jump scares in these? And they're like, no. Okay. So I give it a shot. But yeah, I would like to thank the developers for both the Remainder and Asylum for providing me a key to try things out. I am much obliged by that. I'm sorry neither were, like, super to my taste, but I don't think either of them were necessarily bad. Like I said, the Remainder, I think, needs its language tightening up. It just felt long. Which, I mean, it's narrative story, I get it, but it just felt long. And Asylum, I mean, my biggest hangup was your settings menu is bad. I'm sorry, the labeling for that stuff is very bad. It's your settings menu. You don't have to be cute there. Sorry, you just don't. You can be cute everywhere else. Totally fine. You don't need to be there. But yeah. Otherwise, like, they're both interesting games. I wish the developers and the teams, you know, all the luck. I like seeing indie games like this coming out. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. And I don't know, does anybody in chat have anything they want to say about the games you just saw? Any comments you want to leave with the developer team? / shrug. Fair enough. I feel like I should go and finish the Remainder off stream just to find out how much longer I had. Because I either had another 45 minutes or I had like 10. It's going to be one of those two. There's no way you were close. I'd probably be a lot closer if I wasn't reading. That's one of the things. That's actually one of the big drawbacks to like narrative heavy games. Oh, no. I only got Act 1. For the record, only Act 1 exists right now. Act 2 will come as DLC to the game. So yeah, the remainder, that was just Act 1 of the remainder. That's all I got to play, was just Act 1. Act 2, it's an episodic game. There will be more of it later. DLC to finish the game. It's treated DLC in that, like, the chapters are released as separate. So when games like this are built, I've kind of learned this because I've been following along with Scarlet Hollow, is you can build the games out to be individual chapters as, like, separate games, right? Like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. You can update your game to just have the next installment, or you can set it up as DLC so that people can just pull them as they want. And the DLC allows it to kind of be on one page as opposed to separate pages. All of those have pros and cons. I'm not here to judge, but I believe the remainder is doing it in a DLC style, from what I grokked. So that was just Act 1 that we were playing, and I didn't get through it. I kind of want to just get through it, but I think that would be significantly shorter if you were just reading it. That's one of the things, like, the written word versus the spoken word, there is a massive speed difference. So me streaming that game and, you know, saying the words into the microphone for you to hear, slows it down, like, a lot. You know, like 50% speed kind of thing, if not more. So yeah, if you're playing it on your own, you can probably get through it in the hour as suggested, but it's definitely a lot longer if you're going to be streaming it, which I think is probably a note to what was your name, Patrick, the lovely person who gave me the key to try that out. Is if streamers are going to read the words, you might want to adjust your playtime completion estimate. So that's that. Yeah, I got nothing else. Yeah, that's it. So that's I guess is gonna do it for me tonight. I will be back on Friday with what I assume to be the finale of Iconoclast, and I have a feeling that that's gonna end early, and I don't know what to do after. Yeah, straight up, I don't have a follow-up game, just because it's like one of those weird things where the game's gonna end early. So either I'll just fill it with something, or depending on when we end, maybe we just end early. Who knows? But yeah, that's gonna do it for me tonight. So, until next time, I guess. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe, have fun, wear your goddamn masks, schedule your vaccinations if you can. And I will see you next time.